Welcome to New Hampshire's Business. I'm Fred Coper. There are employee rights and then there are employer rights. And in this pandemic, they're not always clear. Let me show you what I mean. If you feel your health is in jeopardy, but your employer insists you come into work, what should you do? Well, with me to explain employer rights and employee rights in this unusual pandemic is attorney James Reedy, who practices law and employment law at the Sheen Finney Law Firm in Manchester and Boston. And he has extensive experience in handling such matters before the New Hampshire Department of Labor, the New Hampshire Human Rights Commission, the U.S. Department of Labor, and the U.S. Equal Opportunity Employment Opportunity Commission. Welcome, Jim. Nice to have you back.
Thanks, Fred.
What have you seen so far? How much are the rights of employees and employers being tested in this pandemic already?
I think, the notion is that we're all in this together is generally still true, but now we're starting to see tension as the governor has issued relaxing of the stay-at-home order and businesses are opening up again. Employees have been furloughed since mid-March, and now employers are saying, we need you to return to work. And there are a few things at odds here. One would be the rights that are available to employees to stay out of work and receive certain benefits, and unemployment, which is augmented now under the CARES Act until the end of July, and the employer's need for people to come back to work.
Let's take that issue we put up on the screen at the beginning and have you comment on if you do feel your health is in jeopardy, but your employer insists you come into work, what should you do?
It depends on, is that a good reason for staying out? And I think the most important thing for employers is clearly communicate your need for the person to come back to work, whether or not they can work in the office or remotely, what your new safety policies and procedures are going to be to give them some peace of mind. But also, if the person says, I can't come back to work because I fear for my health, you ask the question, why? What does that mean? Does it fit within the guidelines the CDC talks about, being exposed to COVID or being quarantined or having symptoms? Or is it just some generalized fear? And even then, having some sort of discussion, some exchange.
And then how about this one? If an employer calls a furloughed employee back to work, but the employee resists, can the employer challenge his or her unemployment benefits?
The COVID situation has caused new rules in between employer and employee, at least in this regard. Generally speaking, if the work is available and the employee resists, then he or she should not receive unemployment benefits. And Mnuchin said that on a federal level. If you resist, you shouldn't get any benefits. However, on a state level, the question is a little bit more involved, and that is, does the person have a good reason to be out? And those reasons can be everything from I'm sick, I'm caring for someone, I'm caring for children whose school is closed, my business is closed, the stay-at-home order causes me not to be able to travel, and so on. So the question is there a good reason? Now, you do not have to look for work right now during the COVID crisis, but if your job is available and you do not have a good reason, the employer could challenge unemployment benefits.
What happens if an employee contracts the illness from a coworker, and then can the company be held liable?
Hot topic. That is a topic that is debated right now in Washington. The Republicans and Democrats cannot agree. The Republicans are tying any future stimulus money to some sort of assurances, whether it's a waiver of liability for employers, and Democrats resist that. The same is true here in New Hampshire. Now, in California, Governor Newsom came out and said that someone who contracts or claims to have contracted COVID from the workplace can make a claim under the workers' compensation law in California. Attorney General Gordon MacDonald in New Hampshire came out on Friday and issued an opinion saying that is not the case. And principally because it's a causation issue. How do you know that you got it from the workplace as opposed to some other place? What does an employer do to prevent that? Again, putting employees' mind at ease with regard to the safety protocols, the procedures, shift differentials, shared shifts, spacing between individuals at work, masks, PPE protections, even remote work, and even then hand cleaning stations, and so on and so on and so on. But I do think it's a steep climb for an individual to prove that he or she got COVID from the workplace if the employer has taken all those precautions, and now that with Attorney General's opinion on the subject.
clearly there's some gray areas here. You just pointed a bunch of them out. What's your concern going forward as a lawyer who is in the labor and employment law area just for the next few months?
I think the big concern is the accordion effect of furloughs to layoffs and what that means in the local economy. I think, again, the fear and concern about employees coming back to work too soon and what it's like to happen out there. I think the impact upon the local economy could be pretty significant. Remember, before all this happened, New Hampshire was about 2.5 to 2.6% unemployment.
Right.
Right now, we're almost 15% unemployment. Now, the good news is the numbers are coming down, but the concern I have is the backlash claims of discrimination, whistleblowers, retaliation, and the like. And hopefully that won't come to pass.
Well, if it does, we'll have to talk to you again. Jim Reedy, who is attorney with the Sheen Finney Law Firm in Manchester and Boston, and a labor and employment expert. Thank you.